Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition, and we are continuing our search for Hawke and his Grey Warden friend, who was supposed to be in a cave somewhere near here. Somewhere back there, but there's nowhere to go back there, so we're going to try looking around the corner here. Hello? Thought they were angry. Hopefully we'll get some interesting interactions out of Blackwall if he sees another Inquisitor. He didn't seem to care too much about the patrol party that was sent out earlier. Hello. Okay. More loot. Plenty of hostiles in this area, so that's nice. What's coming after us? Oh. This Druffalo do not mess around. I'm down to 1 health potion, so back to camp real quick, and then we'll continue searching for this bloody Warden. It really doesn't help that I didn't set up Blackwall as a tank. Anyways, we'll be back in a bit. Oh, there's the cave. And there's Hawke. Yay, we found it.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the Wardens should be at the back of the cave.
A group of Wardens were protecting a villager from corpses out near Crestwood.
They were likely hunting my friend. I'm glad they didn't come looking for people to help in here. They might well be good men, but they've been given bad orders. It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
My name is Stroud, and I'm at your service, Inquisitor.
Most of you Wardens disappear. Then I run into a Darkspawn Magister named Corypheus. Do you think that one might have something to do with the other?
I fear it is so. When my friend Hawke slew Corypheus, Weishaupt was happy to put the matter to rest. But an archdemon can survive wounds that seem fatal, and I feared Corypheus might possess the same power. My investigation uncovered clues, but no proof. Then, not long after, every warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
Called
I
it.
recall that being a bad thing, but I don't recall you telling me about all this.
It was a Grey Warden matter. I was bound by an oath of secrecy.
Is the calling some sort of Grey Warden ritual?
The calling tells a warden that the Blight will soon claim him. Starts with dreams. Then come whispers in his head. The warden says his farewells and goes to the deep roads to meet his death in combat.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Likely because of Corypheus. If the Wardens fall, who will stand against the next Blight? It is our greatest fear.
And then they do something desperate. Which is, of course, what Corypheus wants.
Is the calling they're hearing real? Or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I know not. Even as a senior Warden, I had heard only the vaguest whispers of Corypheus. The Wardens believe that this calling is real, and they will act accordingly. That is all we know for certain.
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you? And also you, Blackwall?
Sadly, yes. It lurks like a wolf in the shadows around a campfire. The creature that makes this music has never known the love of the Maker, but at times, I almost understand it. We must uncover what Corypheus has done and end it. This cannot stand.
I do not fear the calling. And worrying about it only gives it power. Anything Corypheus does will only strengthen my resolve.
How can Corypheus make all these Wardens hear the calling?
I cannot say. We know little about him, save that he is dangerous. He is a Magister, as well as a Darkspawn, and speaks with the voice of the Blight. That lets him affect the minds of Wardens, since we are tied to the Blight ourselves. It must be how he created this false calling.
So the Wardens are making some last desperate attack on the Darkspawn.
We are the only ones who can slay archdemons. Without us, the next Blight will consume the world. Warden Commander Clarel spoke of a blood magic ritual to prevent future Blights before we all perished. When I protested the plan as madness, my own comrades turned on me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. It is an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.
I heard what he said. Hopefully we'll find some answers in the western approach. Though I fear what those answers will be. I've seen too much blood magic to ever trust where it leads.
Let's go.
We should get to the ritual tower in the western approach as soon as possible, Your Worship.
Tyrell's the Warden Commander, right? What's she like?
She was a good warden. Once. Among those King Kalen reached out to before the Blight. She always resented missing the chance to help. When the calling came, Clarel stopped listening to the rest of us. Only magic could solve this problem, she said.
Do you think Corypheus is using the calling to control her?
It's hard to say. I have heard the whispers of the calling myself, but it's only noise, no words. Certainly no commands. Either way, the guilt is hers. She's Warden Commander. She should bow to no one's word, but Weishaupt's.
What's it like being a Warden? I can't even imagine.
It's been a long time since I was anything else. It becomes your life, searching out Darkspawn, killing them, ensuring no one ever knows how close they are.
Corypheus was in a Warden prison, right? So you must know something about him.
I know little, and that much only because of my relative seniority. Most Wardens have never heard of him. When I suggested Corypheus might have something to do with the calling, the Warden mages turned on me. I trained some of those Wardens myself. If I knew any more of Corypheus, I would share it, Your Worship.
We'll talk later.
Okay, well, I called the calling thing. Somebody refuses to speak of it, but how can we know it? How can we identify it if we do not share it? The calling is not a source of shame. The song that whispers in the back of my mind is no evil upon my soul, but the mark of a life we lived in service of greater good. If all things come from the Maker, then that too was not part of his plan. Could it not be a gift, a final haunting melody to send us to the afterlife with hearts open? Could this not be his song? It scratches at my thoughts, the music, almost a voice, at once unearthly and beautiful. I found myself humming it aloud a few days past, for once it intruded, it now feels like a natural part of my mind's course. It coils around memories I hold dear, trading with Sir Keller, riding in the moonlight, my mother's face the last time I saw her, and inserts itself into them, so that I could almost swear that the music, that sense of presence watching and calling, had always been part of what I remember. This is what the senior wardens warned us of, I imagine. I should not find it beautiful. I must remember the corruption and recognize that my mind's slowly losing the wit to differentiate between this world and that which would consume and destroy it. I must. I can. I will tell the wardens tomorrow. I have seen their looks. They already know, I suspect. I will heed the calling and go to the deep roads to die with the dwarves, fighting as Grey Warden should. But if I am to die, after all I have given, can I now at least allow myself the pleasure of the song's beauty? Final page of To My Fellow Wardens by Sir Majory Baron. So Corypheus, it's looked like, is probably in some way either himself or that pseudo archdemon thing that he's carrying around with him. The wardens think they're dying, essentially. And if they all think that they're dying, then they're going to be like, holy shit, we got to stop the next blight before it happens, otherwise we're all fucked. So that's a thing. And we need to meet with, on the western approach, wherever that is. Scout the west approach, so that's a separate area. But first, let's see if we can handle this, Fade Rift from the Lake thing. So we've got to make it to the dam, take out some bandits out of forts, and then drain the area. There's a landmark over here. Three Trout Pond hides a sinkhole hundreds of yards deep. Darkspawn emerged from this and other caves to attack Crestwood during the Blight. The flood that wiped out Old Crestwood drowned the blighted ones, and the excess water created the pond we see today. If the dam was not damaged, we would have never survived the Darkspawn. Was Maker's hand in this? I cannot believe he would be so purposely cruel to his children, flawed though we are. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it the mayor had something to do with the dam happening, because I don't know, the Darkspawn don't seem the type to do something that would be that intentionally detrimental to themselves. They're hive mind, but they have a level of intelligence whenever they act. Like, they can use tools, they can cast magic, they can hold formations. They're not dumb, per se, as a whole. Okay, we found the huts. There's an Astrarium next to it. You're the person Dude Bro was talking about.
Between the corpses and the wyvern, nothing here is safe. What I wouldn't give to get my hands on that animal.
There's a wyvern causing trouble.
It used to hunt in the mountains. Didn't bother anyone but the bandits. Lately, the beast got it in his head to come down here. It almost crippled Gauld's little boy. Best someone kill it. I hope I get my hands on the liver. It makes a poison that kills rats like nothing.
We just killed a wyvern.
I killed the wyvern up in the cave. The body's yours if you want it.
That I do. Here, for your troubles. I hope you can make good use of it. A fine day to you.
If you're Judith, there's a man in the village concerned about you.
That must be Gauld. Fretful as ever. I'm glad he stayed in Crestwood. He's fast as you please with a loom, but terrible with a sword.
Do you farm out here?
The name's Judith. I farm and I mend things for the village and people passing through. I did a fair trade with traveling merchants before the undead started attacking. And those bandits. Not to mention that dragon.
What do you know about the dragon?
She moved in a month ago. The guards tried to run her off, but she snapped one's head off and she flew away. Poor Hamold. At least it was quick. Since then, she's eaten 3 horses, 5 goats, and 2 cats.
Until later.
Be safe.
I respect you for staying out in the middle of all this, but also I kind of fear you. As I should. So... I mean, she can handle her own, apparently. Maybe she's a mage, I don't know. Maybe she's warded. Things don't seem to be heading up this way, at least. She has an Astrarium beside her front door. Oh, this looks fun. Constellation Silenter, referred to as Silence in the common parlance. The Constellation Silenter is historically attributed to Dumont, the old god of silence and leader of the ancient Avenger pantheon. The depiction of the constellation, however, is often debated. Some depict a dragon in flight, while others, almost most common in modern depictions, show a man carrying a horn and a wand. Some scholars believe this represented scales, which would point to this constellation being a supplantation of the elven mythal, but nothing indicates to be more than speculation. There, apparently. Okay, how do I get down? Is this sort of a road? Close enough. We're supposed to be heading, I assume, in a general that way direction. There's a fort. The green glow's coming from over there. Where is this dam?
It's interesting watching you, Dorian. The way you carry yourself when you use magic.
I am very good at the whole magic thing.
No, it's not that. You find joy in it, not shame, and it shows.
Why be ashamed? Power should be respected, not swept under the carpet.
Something we Southerners need to learn, perhaps?
Maybe you're not a complete moron.
We were having a moment, now you've ruined it.
Oh, lovely. Those are some unpleasant sounds I'm getting close to. Denzing, don't be so stingy. Give it the last of your rams if you have to. I'll be going hunting for a week, so remember, bring the dragon 100 pounds each morning. That seems to keep the monster full enough that she doesn't wonder what's to eat inside our homes. They're feeding the dragon. Ferelden Wyvern statues. Wyvern statues throughout Ferelden were inspired by a legend that Andraste tamed one of the venomous beasts with her song. Note I say legend and not the chant, for this is wild superstition. We must certainly remind the faithful that any story about the Bride of the Maker outside the Chant of Light is blinkered heresy. Folklore, nothing more. And there's a rift over there. I don't know where the dragon is, but I can hear it. I think. It sounds like it's right around here. What is that? Is that the corpse of a dragon? What's happening there? I want to get down to it, but let's handle this rift first. Okay, well that's sorted. Let's go look at this corpse thing down here. If we can get down to it. I don't know if we can get back up from it. Nope. That's a no-go. Okay, so where to then? I can try and head back up and around, maybe? Figure out what's going on over here. I guess this is the place then. Just bust through the door, sure.
Grey Warden recruiter. That sounds interesting.
It's not easy finding people willing to shoulder such a terrible responsibility.
Here I thought you poked around prisons, hunting for murderers, desperate to escape the noose.
That's what you think of Wardens.
It's not such a terrible thing. Some of my best friends are murderers.
They are men and women atoning for what they've done by giving of themselves. They fight for people like you, people in silks and velvets who talk and judge.
Who's judging now?
I know your kind.
Some of my best friends are murderers. So did we just take a keep? We have another foothold now?
Finally, this place is presentable. What now?
We should drain the lake. The mayor said the dam controls were through the fort.
Welcome, Inquisitor. My name is Charter. Leleana's eyes and ears, especially in this place. I'll have some information for you once my man Butcher finds us. He's running late.
When's this spy named Butcher supposed to arrive?
Half hour ago, by the south gate. I hope he's only delayed. Butcher's last message swore he had secrets for us worth 10 times his weight in gold.
Did Sister Nightingale tell you why she wanted agents here?
We lie on the main road between Denerim and Valroyaux. Couriers stop here all the time. For what they're paid, some have surprisingly loose tongues.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The roads are nearly deserted. Too many undead keep rising from the lake.
What's happening in Crestwood?
The roads are nearly deserted. Too many undead keep rising from the lake.
I should be going.
Another time.
Okay, so we've got like a mini little outpost things complete with crafting systems. Lovely. We need to, before this episode ends, go open the dam, I think, which shouldn't be through here, yeah?
Here. The mayor said the dam controls were through this gate.
Didn't he also say they were busted by the Darkspawn? I immediately got distracted again, didn't I? Yeah, I gotta go up there. Okay.
That building on the dam must be where we can open the floodgates.
There's a tavern on the dam? That seems a little precarious. Hello?
What in?
Don't mind us, just passing by.
The Inquisitor? We didn't know you were here, sir. Please don't tell anyone.
How did you get past the guards?
There weren't any when we got here.
We just heard you killed the bandits, your worship. We didn't know you were moving in, we promise. You won't tell people we were here, will you?
Why would people care what you're up to?
Lonnie's mum and dad think I'm bad for her. We'll have to wait an hour to go back. My father will still be up.
I knew this was a mistake.
We could try the caves.
You hate spiders.
You find somewhere next time.
Okay, they just snuck in while we were setting up camp at the fort? Sure. First Blight, Chapter 1. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity, from the assassin princes of Antiva to the fated griffins of the Anderfells. But in my travels, I have found one tale that unites the people of this land, his story of pride and damnation, and although telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. At the height of its power, the Tevinter Imperium stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under rule of tyrannical magisters. It is said that the old gods whom the magisters worship gave them knowledge of blood magic, and the magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel magisters' greed. The tales of their excess is horrifying that can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. But all that stands tall must eventually fall. Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds. God, my tongues. But whatever the reason, the magisters dared to open a magical portal to the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to usurp the Maker's throne, long left unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back on his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become as gods. This is what the Chantry, in its oft-exercised tendency to understand, refers to as the Second Sin. According to most versions of the tale, the Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City and walked into the home of the Maker, where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. But humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through their gateway and cursed for their treachery. As the Golden City had been tainted, so too were the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness. The very first of the Darkspawn. The Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride has cost. A Rusted Horns menu. Ale 3 coppers, cold ale is 10 coppers, wine 2 silvers, brandy and Tiefin is 6 silvers. Bread and cheese is 2 coppers, turnip and mutton pie 3 coppers, fish 3 coppers, stew 4 coppers, plate of wyvern wings, it's really chicken, 5 coppers. Wyvern steak, real is 2 gold. Okay. So their version of buffalo wings is wyvern wings. Interesting. Kegs, taps. And look at that, perfectly intact gate controls.
The mayor said Darkspawn destroyed these controls 10 years ago. Who repaired them?
I believe the mayor would know.
So either someone did repair them and the mayor's trying to give excuses as to, why we shouldn't come here, it's no use, or they were never broken in the first place. But yeah, look at all that. So we're gonna be heading down there next episode. I might swap out Blackwall for... Hello? Oh,
Look,
there it is.
a dragon. What a perfect way to ruin our day.
Look at you. We still have to fight the Ferelden Prospect, which, what level are we now? I'm like level 11, right? Yeah. We might be able to handle that in the next level or so, because it was a level 12, but it was a boss monster, so... We'll have to see how that works out. I think it was shooting fireball at us, so we might have to bring, like, ice staves and cold enchants and stuff to deal damage to it. But yeah. So I'm probably going to end up swapping out Blackwall for Cassandra so we have an actual tank, because we're not dealing with the Grey Warden stuff at the moment. So, I don't know. So until next time, we're going to be heading down into the Old Crestwood, I believe it's what they called it. The Fade Rift in the village that's causing the zombies to rise up. Oh. But that'll be at the start of the next episode. Until then, my name's been Tocho. Remember to leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.